internet now, you did shift it, bro. And honestly, you made freedom of speech kind of come back on the internet. It was getting really bad, bro. If I would say something that was controversial, I'd be canceled and banned. You added a shift, and you added so much influence on basically having people not really get canceled as much. Like you kind of shifted cancel culture in a way.
Yeah, I led from the front, and you're right. I did shift cancel culture because they overstepped with me, and the only guarantee of power is that one day you're going to lose it because you overuse it, and they overused it with my cancellation, and it opened up the. I mean, I opened up a way for people to not be canceled. I was the first guy to get canceled and get more famous than ever before, so nobody fears it anymore. And I don't regret any of the things I've said. I stick by what I've said. Like women still can't park cars. I'll sit here right now and say women can't park.
Right.
I see them all crashing. I mean what I say. I say what I mean. But that doesn't make me a bad person.
And now that I'm on Twitch, I'm gonna agree with you, bro. Girls can't drive for shit. Facts.
Oh, you made me laugh.
But Andrew, like, but that's what I'm saying. You were ahead of it, and and again, like now when I give flowers to people, it's considered dick sucking in my world. I'm not dick sucking. I'm really seeing facts. You were first to do all these things. You were growing so quick. You were the number one most Googled person. They had to find a way to shut you down because of how much influence you held, right? And then they would blame you when kids at school would mistreat people because they would see these little clips and be like, "Oh, Top G did or whatever." But so you would kind of get like the blame for the toxicity from the youth, but it really is not your fault. That's just how you kind of they would just see the funny clips, not the actual truth you would speak, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they try and do because that's how the Matrix works. It lies by omission. It takes very small parts of the overall picture.
Yeah.
And it amplifies the small parts it wants to try and paint a narrative which happens to be false. That's what they do as a whole. The Matrix lies by omission constantly and permanently.
Right.
But I know overall inside my heart I'm a force for good. And I don't regret anything I've ever said. I don't need to regret it. I mean everything I've said. I stick by it. But I do think that we're entering a consciousness where now all the shit that used to be cool isn't cool anymore. And we have to decide what the new cool is. And the new cool is, yeah, training and working hard and taking care of your family and believing in God. Yeah, that's all cool. But there has to be a stage after that.
So what is after that? What is that?
Well, I don't know. We're going to see because you can't be a hero without a villain, right?
Right.
I don't think people at home understand that. I understand very well the harder they attack me, the more important my message is and the more important my message becomes. You can't be a hero without a villain. So we're going to have to see what they try and impose on the world and what slavery comes next that we have to resist against. But I think that inspiring people to be brave and strong and perspicacious and pay attention and notice things is a very important tool and a very important way to resist the Matrix as a whole. So I don't know. When's the last time you read the news?
I don't do it anymore. I can't. It's bullshit.
It's all a lie.
It's all bullshit.
Where do you get your real news from?
You honestly nowadays, I don't know. You know it's crazy. Now it's even on Twitter. You just now with Elon Musk allowing everyone to be verified. You don't know what's real, what's fake anymore. You know what I mean? You see all these accounts that are verified. Twitter was my main news because I'm not your generation. So and my chat could agree. The youth we check Instagram and Twitter. We don't really go on like the news. You get what I'm saying? That's really our parents. So the news is fake. 90% of what you see is really fake, or it's very what's exaggerated. So I don't know what's real, what's fake, Andrew. It's hard to tell. You have to really just see for yourself. I guess
that's our next mission. That's our next mission, Adin. We have to teach people to discern the truth from the lies. If we do that, we can save the world.
So Andrew, seeing is believing, right? I don't really. You can't really. If I tell you something, right, and I'm a news outlet, and I tell you something. For example, I'll give you an example. Andrew, I was in New York City. By the way, New York is horrible now, Andrew. All these NPCs, I would go around and ask them how many genders are there. They couldn't answer it. They were afraid. I'd be like, so when you're at a gender reveal, how many colors are there when you pop the balloons? 2, how many genders are there? They wouldn't do it. They couldn't say it, right? Check this out, Andrew. I would ask people, Trump or Biden? I'm a black woman. I can never vote Trump because I'm black and he's racist. And I'd be like, Trump or Biden? Biden, isn't Trump in jail? That must mean he's guilty of something. These people don't really do their own research. They look at these articles that they see. Trump indicted because of charges. They try to really pin it on Trump. I look at you and Trump. I would love to see you and Trump eventually have some type of conversation. I need to see it. That is just something I need to see happen. You and Trump, right? Because these people are so brainwashed by the front page, they're afraid to click it. It's just everything is super propaganda. Everything. Everything.
Well, it takes a degree of bravery to resist a slave mind. That's one of the things that's lacking in the world today. That's why I was seen as such a threat, because I was inspiring bravery amongst men to stand up and have an opinion which is counter to the culture.
Right.
Having an opinion which is different than the news says requires a degree of bravery, because you will be attacked for that. Look at what's happening to Russell right now. This is what happens.
What did he say though? What did he say for them to start coming for him though?
He went against Big Pharma and went against the vaccines, and now this has appeared.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So who funds the MSM? Do you pay for it?
No. Well, I don't. What's the MSM? No, I'm saying, what is that?
Does anybody pay for that shit?
What's the MSM?
Mainstream media.
Who funds it? I mean, the government does, right?
Big Pharma funds it.
Big what?
Amongst others. So if you attack them, they're going to hit back, right? Of course.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can't come at their mainstream media or else they'll come at you. So it makes sense. I gotta see Trump Tate. I gotta see it, bro. I gotta fucking see it. And you guys are on Rumble. I gotta see it. Chat, we gotta see Trump Tate.
Do you think he's going to win the next election?
I think, you know what's funny, Andrew? The shift in cancel culture, what you've done, I'm not saying Andrew Tate is the reason why Trump's gonna win the election. What I'm saying, what you've done is you've made people realize, you know what? Look what they're doing to Andrew Tate. They're trying to pin him down with all this bullshit because he's speaking the truth. Now look at Russell, same shit. Look at Trump, same shit. They're trying to speak the truth and help people. Trump is our best bet right now we have as far as, you know what I mean? He's all we got. Yep. We can't go with Sleepy Joe. Joe Biden, he lied about the being what did he say about the 9/11? He lied about being out.
He was there the day after. Yes, right.
He lied about that. He can't even formulate a proper sentence, Andrew. He doesn't know what he's saying. If he wasn't in office, he would be in a retirement home. It's the truth. So what I'm saying is they're trying to force Biden to come and get reelected again. And I think since cancel culture has shifted, Andrew, I think people seeing that Trump is being indicted for some bullshit, they're like, okay, now I want Trump back. Because look at it like this. Look what Biden's doing. He's funneling money from Ukraine. He's pocketing a bunch of fucking money, Andrew. A bunch of fucking money from Ukraine. Andrew,
you need more security, G, if you keep talking like this.
Andrew, we're giving Ukraine $70 billion, but why are people in Maui burning right now? We're giving $700 a household. Come on, Andrew, that's not right. We're giving Maui.
You're waking up, Adin. You're starting to understand how the whole world works. You're starting to understand it all. I remember when we first spoke. I remember before I was canceled, I was talking about the Matrix. Everyone thought I was crazy. I was like, what's he talking about the Matrix? What's he talking about? And now look, as each passing day comes, I'm more and more vindicated. People understand everything I've ever said is true. It's all orchestrated. And a lot of people think that the system is broken. They think, oh, the system is broken because the politicians don't do what we want and the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. But they don't understand the system is not broken. The system is operating exactly as it's supposed to operate. It's always been designed to operate this way. It's been designed so the average person has no power. It's been designed so the poor get poorer and the rich get richer.
That's it.
It's operating exactly as it's supposed to.
It's a rigged system. At the end of the day, it's a rigged system. And that's why I love the movie The Bronx Tale. Everyone's got to watch it. I'm telling you. You got to watch it too. It shows the man that's working the modern day slavery, busting his ass, working the correct job. He's a bus driver. And then it shows the dirty money guy, the hustler. It shows a collateral life. It shows like 2 and 2. It shows this guy's not getting paid shit, minimum wage, but he's busting his ass every day. It shows the hustler. You know, people are really now, Andrew, I think what you've done, you really helped understand, you've helped young men understand, especially, like, you got to wake the fuck up and you got to not really be stuck in this modern day slavery trap forever, you know? You're giving people a good mindset. I just want people to keep it. It's hard. I'm telling you, Andrew, you might say a bunch of things. If we used to see your clips on TikTok, Andrew, they took you off TikTok. Andrew, my TikTok with you, I know was, who the fuck is he? I need my balls yet? Or whatever the fuck, the gay TikTok I did with you or whatever. They took it down. You're banned on TikTok. Your face is banned. Your voice is banned. Why? Because your clips would give young men enlightenedness, and when they would scroll and they would see it, they would stop and view your TikTok. You were doing that for the young men. So now a bunch of young men, unfortunately, they're going back to their old ways because we don't see you anymore. I'm not trying to say when you would really be on people's pages a lot, it was easy to lock in, Andrew, but now we're getting distracted by bullshit and this and that and this. So it's harder sometimes because we don't have a lot of you. We don't have a lot of people that are really trying to help. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right. That's why you're going to put the Avengers together. Put the Avengers together and talk about an important topic every week, and update me each week on what the topic is. I'm very curious.
I think the most important topic that we don't get a lot is men's mental health. Everyone thinks that men's mental health is a pussy shit and all these things, but Andrew, a lot of men they suffer a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress and a lot of depression, and I think men's mental health is a very big thing that needs to be discussed more and taken seriously.
Do you know why a lot of men are depressed?
The internet is a bigger. The reason why depression has gone up is because of the internet. I believe
It's because life as a man is depressing. If you're a normal average man, your life sucks. Of course you're depressed. Your life's shit.
It's true.
Girls don't want you. You're expected to have money. Girls think men just have money, G. If I go on a date, the women I date, the beautiful women I date, every man she's ever known in her life has been rich. Men just have money. She doesn't know where from. She doesn't care where from.
She have money.
Just expects you to have money. Like she just expects you to have arms. You're like, oh, you got arms, you got money, you got legs, you got face, you got money. It's normal. They don't even, because in their world, when you're that beautiful, you don't talk to broke guys.
No.
You never met a broke man. You never sat with them. You never paid any attention to them. So every man you've ever dated or been with is rich. So you're a normal dude, and they expect you just to be able to pull Lambos out your ass, put them on a private jet, put them on a yacht. If you can't do that, you're a loser to them, right?
I've seen
women don't want to date a man who's short and broke, but to rich men, they're all short brokies to us, but they don't want to do it the other way around. So the reason men are depressed is because the life for the average man is a very depressing life. You have huge societal expectations. We constantly talk about the societal expectations on girls and how it's unfair that we have these beauty standards they can't match. Look at the societal expectations on men. We're expected to be rich. We're expected to be smart and interesting. We're expected to be things we can't even help. We're judged for our height far more than the girl is judged for anything about her. And if she has something she's not happy about, she can change it with surgery. You can't change a lot of the things about you as a man. Not all of them.
It's true.
So the reason a lot of men are depressed is because their lives are depressing. I'd be depressed if I was most men because their lives are unremarkable.
It also doesn't help.
As a man, you need to be a remarkable person.
It also
it's difficult.
It also doesn't help that the average man, he looks at social media, he sees people flexing cars and all these things. You know, it's cool to use. Some men can use it as motivation. It's so motivating. I want to be like this guy. I want to. Well, how do I do it? You know what I mean? How do I? But the men that don't understand and they don't use that as motivation, they might look at it as like, damn, this guy's living way better than me. You know? So
completely.
Yeah.
Instagram is absolutely utterly another massive factor in amplifying depression rates amongst the populace. Completely. If I was a normal dude and I saw, well, I don't have it, but back when I had Insta, if I would have saw my profile, I'd be pissed. I'd be furious. Like, look at this guy, how he lives.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, I mean, it
is upsetting. So the reason a lot of men are depressed is because life as a man is depressing. But the bottom line behind it, the red pill, is that nobody cares about men and nobody cares that we're depressed.
That's it.
And they pretend they care and they say, oh, we care about men's mental health. But then what do they offer as a prescription? They offer more of the slave mind, more obedience, more complicity. They want us to sit there and be better slaves, but that's never going to result in happiness for a man. You're not going to be happy with yourself inside of your heart. You're not going to be respected by women. You're never going to be rich and successful. Inside of every single man, there's a rebel. We like the idea of standing up and saying the things we're not supposed to say. We like the idea of standing up and sticking by what we believe in, protecting and providing for the people we care for. Even those things are seen as wrong now. If I sit with these matrix-minded liberal psychos and say that I pay for my girlfriend's life and I pay for my mother's life, I take care of all the women in my life, they see me as oppressive and dangerous because I take care of people, because I'm a nice person, because I give people money. It's crazy. So these people, the only prescription they have is further down the slave mind. Anyone who buys that is going to be annihilated by themselves. And this is what I say when a lot of people have said to me, Andrew, why haven't you just disappeared and given up? This war is here, and the war is not going anywhere. And you can either stand up and resist the slave mind, resist the matrix, and fight the war against them and feel true to yourself and true to your heart, or you can give in to their programming and fight a war against yourself, because you're going to sit there depressed, arguing with your own mind all day, unsure why you're constantly unhappy. Men are unhappy because the life path which has been laid out for us is a depressing one. It's a depressing one. That's why men are depressed. It's a depressing life.
Damn, it's true. Girls have it so much, girls really have it, the average girl has it so much easier if you think about it. It's different. I guess it's different, but it's not, it's corny and it's like super fucking like, pussy to like, if you're a man and you, how do I put this in the right words? Like what you just talked about, like it's almost as like, it's like not talked about ever. The average man life being depressing. Like it needs to be talked about more. It needs to be, people need to be more vocal about it. People need to really, that's why, Andrew, I really believe school's so outdated, as you and I both know that schools are so outdated. The average man is in debt, right, Andrew? Like, would you say what percentage of man is in debt?
I think everybody's in debt. And yeah, the educational system is FEM-centric anyway. It's designed for females to excel over men.
And New York City, NYU, we were interviewing them, and they were saying that their tuition's $100,000 a year to be in NYU, and they were learning about genders in their fucking school. They were telling me they're learning about gender shit in their school, so they're being taught bullshit and paying $100,000 a year. So by the time they get out with a bachelor's, which by the way, a bachelor's really doesn't do anything anymore. You need to go for like a 5th or 6th year. So they're gonna pay $500,000, come out with a degree. They're gonna be $500,000 in debt. They're gonna come out with a degree, and they can't. And that's not even guaranteeing a job anymore. The school system is so outdated, and I genuinely believe that schools, high schools particularly, need to be teaching students about mental health, and they need to be teaching people about what's right and what's wrong, and like what matters in the real world. Why in school was I not taught about expressing my feelings? And talking about real shit. Why in school am I learning about shit that won't apply to me? When was the last time you ever used a Pythagorean fucking theorem or a periodic table, right? Why am I not learning about certain shit like that? Taxes. They want us to come out and just know this shit. I don't know how to fucking...
Yeah, the educational system is not designed to free you from the matrix. It's designed to prepare you for the matrix. And it's designed to prepare you for slavery.
Yeah.
This is why I'm seen as such a threat. So the UK government has banned me from schools, and they say that I'm dangerous to the children. It's not because I'm making the kids say anything wrong or do anything bad. It's because I'm teaching them that you can learn more about life and about how to be successful from me than you can from their degrees. That's what it is. People come and they join my newsletter, which is free, cobratate.com. I have a completely free newsletter, which will teach you more about life and more about making money and more about success and more about mental fortitude than you will ever learn in your 5-year, $500,000 degree from NYU.
It's true. It's
free.
True. So, Andrew, the new word they're spamming when we talk now is yap. You know what it is? It's because these TikTok kids came up with a terminology called yapping. These TikTok peanut brains. And what it is they don't have a high attention span. So anytime that we're having a real conversation, it's flying right through. It's coming out this year, coming out the other year. They can't get a grip on a fucking topic anymore.
They want us to run around and scream and be stupid and jump and throw out computers and garbage, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's fine because for there to be winners, there has to be losers.
Yeah.
Anybody who can't pay attention to people who are living the life they want to live.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I'm so successful is because I'm so financially successful, much more than people would even possibly believe. If I told you how much money I have, you wouldn't even believe me. And
I think you told me in person, like a ballpark or some shit. But like I was like, damn. I be honest, it is way more than what people say it is. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
I have a very fantastic life, and if people can't sit and pay attention and say, "Look, this guy's living the life I want to live. I should listen to him," because they'd rather it be cut down and condensed into a few second clips, or because nobody's throwing a drink or acting like an asshole, it's not interesting to them, then they're born to lose.
I agree.
There has to be losers for there to be winners. So that's not a problem to me. I'm not overly concerned with the losers of the world. What I am concerned with, and the people I do care about, are the people who are smart enough to look at their life and look around them and say, I'm only going to live once. Perhaps I will live into eternity. That's a spiritual question, but I'm living on this version of reality. I'm this person once. This is my existence, and it's shit, and I want it to be better. But you're never going to be able to excel as an individual if you can't pay attention to anything ever. So you're right. Yeah. TikTok has destroyed the brains of the youth. TikTok has destroyed the world. But it's not just TikTok. It's also streaming. Bro, that's why I ask about the streaming culture. Every single person I see on stream is doing some dumb shit.
I agree with you, honestly. Streaming it's damaging for sure. It wasn't always like this, bro. I've been streaming for years, Andrew, a lot before a lot of people knew who I was. It wasn't always like this. The chat is different now. The community is different. The people are different than what it was before. It's because what's happening now is they're coming from TikTok. They'll see a clip. They're like, okay, cool. I'm going to catch him next time he's live. And they're going to bring that negativity, TikTok attention span, and peanut brain to a chat. And they basically want to see people do the most for the camera. And so the streamer is pressured because that's his job. He has to entertain. He has to perform. So It brings him to a, damn, what do I do? How do I perform? It plays with his mental. And the reason why I'm speaking, because I've had it before.